Welcome to UglyMugsPodcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
So let's start with yours today.
Mine is Great Value, which is Walmart branded, strawberry hibiscus herbal tea.
So
this thing came out the bag smelling.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
So I mean, Great Value tea was like $2 some change for a whole box.
And there's
Not
20
bad.
in it? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So I decided to go with a Starbucks. I hadn't had a Starbucks in a couple months.
Yeah, you haven't had it in a while. You've been mostly doing like Wicked Joe's and like
Weird mushroom coffees.
and the weird things. It's time to go back to normal.
Okay. I did their blonde one, so it's like a lighter one. This is the Randa blend, which is supposed to be mellow and soft. It's the like yellowish
Veranda blonde.
Veranda blonde.
Veranda blonde.
Veranda. It's like it's supposed to be like a milder, softer one, but
Yeah.
you like the smell of it.
I love the smell of it, and I was like, ooh, I already made my teas, but I was like, I'll have it today, and then tonight he said I'll probably make another one for Lauren, so we'll probably deal with it then.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'll try a little
we're
bit.
slowly converting him to a coffee drinker. We'll get
Yeah.
there. Did you want to go straight into news, or did you want to start with your movies?
Let's start with the movies.
Cool.
All right, so I Love You Man and
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall, yes. I will say, both movies very good.
Mhm.
When I was asked which one did I like better, both of you have the conflicting opinions.
Yes.
And both of you were still offended with my answer.
I wasn't offended with you. I was offended with the
Lauren
jab that was taken at me.
Okay. Yeah, Lauren got offended over my answer. I'm
Yeah.
like, I like them both, but I prefer I Love You Man.
Yes. Which is the one I like.
Which is the one you like.
And Lauren's like, you're saying that because of him. I was like,
And
no.
yeah, and then
That's where I got offended.
And then I was like, no, I'd probably like it for a different reason. It had the cohesion of a man just trying to live his life, and then when he's about to get married to someone he barely knows, he has to both get to know new people and the person he quote unquote fell in love with.
Yeah.
That's a good, rich story that can be humorous because of the interactions that he and the newcomer have to get along with.
The reason I love it so much is, first of all, it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
But secondly, it's the fact that it is just so quotable.
Oh, yeah, it is.
There's a few things we can't quote because we'll blow your eardrums. Give me all you got. But it was it was things like slap on the bass.
Slap at the bass.
You're a whore, Peter. But
He was amazing in that film.
oh yeah, I love him. What is his name? He's the guy from Reno 911. Is he like one of the? Is he like their boss? I never really watched Reno 911.
He's one of the deputies.
Yeah, I just didn't know if he was like over the rest of the deputies. I feel like he was the actor I always saw the most of.
He's always wearing the.
Thomas Lennon.
Oh, he's a lieutenant. I thought it was a
Yeah.
deputy. My bad.
So he's in there and he plays a guy that thinks Paul Rudd's character is going on a date with him rather than being just looking for friends.
And then all of a sudden makes out with him
Yeah.
at the end. And he's like, oh, and then he gets home to his. Oh God, what was his girlfriend's
I don't
name?
remember the character's name, but it's Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
So
but
Parks
even
and
so-
Rec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes back to her and gives her a kiss. You taste like an ashtray. It's like, ah.
And she's just like, have you been kissing someone? He's like, yeah, I went to dinner with this guy. He really got up in there. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? And she's like, well, before you get into bed and brush your teeth. He's like, I already did it twice. But that one was my favorite overall.
Yeah.
But then, of course, there was Forgetting Sarah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I almost said Silverman.
Yeah, you got this thing.
I don't know. I'm ignoring it. I'm going to passive aggressively ignore it.
So
But
every time he tries to say Forgetting Sarah Marshall, he wants to say Sarah Silverman.
I don't.
But also every time he wants to talk about the movie Saving Silverman, he just wants to say Saving Sarah Silverman.
Oh boy.
Don't even know how it happened.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it's fine. Is it fine?
It's fine.
Okay, no more dropping your phone, please. But for Sarah Marshall, good movie, very good pacing, very.
What'd you think of Russell Brand in it?
He was a delight.
Yeah.
He wasn't obnoxious. He wasn't as obnoxious as in Get Him to the Greek. But then again, I think he's supposed to be in Get Him to the Greek.
I haven't actually seen that one. That's the sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but it's very loosely the sequel.
It's same character but different universe. I'm guessing.
Same character, and it's not written or directed by anyone from the other movie.
Yeah, and
Like Jonah Hill plays a different guy.
Yeah, Jonah Hill plays a completely different guy, but he's like, I mean, it would have been. I don't know if he says it in the movie, but it would have been funny if he's like, "You remind me of someone," if he did something like that. but I don't know if it's.
Didn't I listen to your shit mixtape once? Something.
Yeah, something like that. That would have been a good nod. But other than that, it was a good movie. It was very funny. I don't think there was too many quotable things off that one, though.
Lauren's favorite one is "I Can See Your Hoo Ha," when
I know.
she's making fun of him for not jumping off the rock.
Yeah. And I can see your vagina
I like
from here, Peter.
I like well, they're trying to get Paul Rudd's character to call the hotel because Russell Brand's been gotten a chunk of coral in his leg, and he's passing out. Everyone's passing out from the blood, and he's like, "You sound like you're from London," rather than going and getting help. That's another one we quote is, "You sound like you're from London."
I will admit that whole Paul Rudd, god damn, his there has never been an older actor that can play someone younger with that sort of timing.
Well, we were sitting there watching it, and he's like, "How old are you?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really keep track of those things. But if I had to guess, I'd have to say 44." Oh, fuck.
Yeah, 44. And then I was like, no. And
So,
I wound up looking it up.
Yeah,
one of us did.
I looked at it. He was 44 at the time of that. The next movie would be a year later, so he's 45. Doesn't look like he aged a day.
And then later on in the years when he did Endgame, he was 53.
Yeah.
And we both looked at each other and was like, he's a vampire.
Yeah.
He's a fucking vampire.
Grant, there was the fun facts with I Love You Man, where he is dealing with the Hulk because Lou Ferrigno's in it.
Yeah.
And he's Ant-Man and that whole connection.
I brought that up. I said both of the Hulks have technically given Paul Rudd, or quote unquote Ant-Man, a taco.
Yes. So that was a fun little thing. How did you feel? Lauren wanted to warn you about the scene. I was like, no, you cannot. When he gets broken up with standing buck ass naked.
Yeah. I will admit it was a little, of course, staggering just to be like, oh,
penis.
Yeah, okay. But no, it was fine.
Yeah. What I love is Jason Segel says he took his mom to the premiere but didn't tell her. So his mom's sitting there and he's watching her to see her reaction when suddenly he's just standing there butt ass naked. You see dick and all.
And she probably just was like, ain't nothing I haven't seen before.
Right. But you enjoyed both of them? Not mad you watched either?
I enjoyed both of them, and this week is something special. Because I've been excited for something that brings me back to the good old days of just hating people in general with a shotgun.
A sawed-off shotgun.
A sawed-off shotgun.
So we're going to do Mad Max 1, the 1970, I want to say 6 movie with Mel Gibson. Filmed mostly in 1979. So close. Filmed mostly in Australia, if not all in Australia. And then we're going to watch Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, which is in the 80s. I'm not sure on that one at all for date. Now we talked about these a little bit where Mad Max 1 is 81. Okay. Mad Max 1 is like as society is falling, Mad Max 2 is like society has fallen, and then Mad Max 3 is society has lost their shit in the wake of falling. And then Fury Road. So we're going to watch these two, and then next week we're going to watch Thunderdome, which is number 3, and we're going to watch Fury Road. And there's already been a bid put in for the week after that. It will be Blade Runner and the new Blade Runner for the week after that. I'm going to try to do director's cut for Blade Runner. There's a lot of back and forth on the Blade Runners, whether or not you should do director's cut or not. The director's cut is actually shorter than the regular. So because it's a little weird.
You said that the director didn't really...
There was
saying that he added in more things and got rid of basically the filler for it.
Not even so much that. So there's a test that they do to know if you're an android in that movie. One version shows you like nothing of the test other than like 2 questions. Another version shows you a bunch of the questions. I don't exactly remember which one's which. It's been a while. But I'll figure it out. I'll get it all set up for us to make sure we watch the right one. And I keep saying Mad Max Thunderdome. It's Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Beyond Thunderdome.
I'm excited. Young baby Mel Gibson. Like he was not known yet. Mad Max is like that's how he became.
Yeah. This is probably where he got his major start.
Yeah. So, and then there's, great things like the dog, the fucking insane cars, all the sand. Anakin Skywalker would hate this movie.
All of the sand.
There's some fun things with Mad Max where originally they were going to make the bad guy in 2 his friend from 1, and then they scrapped it, but certain elements kind of carried over. the bad guy in Fury Road is actually played by the same actor that played the bad guy in the original Mad Max. So some little fun things like that in the Mad Max universe. And they're all directed and written by the same guy. When he was doing Fury Road, he's out there in the deserts of fucking Australia at like 60-something years old, out there blowing shit up.
Okay, works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, just as long as, hey, if you do something so well and you get success after success after success, and you just want to keep doing it, do it, man.
No, I fully agree. And at no point have I thought like, oh crap, he needs to stop.
No.
He almost did a Justice League movie that would have been amazing. I think we talked about that on here though already.
Yes.
Okay.
Where
so
the Flash, yeah.
Yeah. So he's a good director, and I enjoyed watching these movies. I think you'll enjoy them a lot. These basically influenced the Fallout games, like certain things, like the Raiders,
the dog,
the Raiders, the dog, the shotgun. Those are all things pulled from this,
Yeah.
but they've also influenced other things.
Oh yeah.
One of the craziest things is there's a cover for Fallout 3 on the back. I do believe you'll see the Lone Wanderer walking with his dog and his shotgun. There's Hills Have Eyes, the remake. You actually get that exact moment.
Really?
Yeah, where he's walking down the street with his dog and a shotgun. I do believe it's the Hills Have Eyes remake. So it's kind of interesting to see that this influenced this, and then influenced, and just it kind of spiraled into all these other things. And
got a nice little.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Rick and Morty episodes that are Mad Max. You know, I mean, it's influenced so much. There's an anime that did it. Oh, I don't remember.
Fist of the North Star.
There you go.
Yeah, that one's about the same time now, thinking about it.
And then you've got things like they did a Ash versus the Evil Dead comic that is...
Holy shit, Fist of the North Star came first.
No, it didn't win.
88.
Yeah, but
Mad Max 79.
79.
I thought it was 89.
And then the second one's 81. So
okay. Shut up.
83, actually.
Yeah, 83. Oh, that's when it started. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not too far after.
No. But then you've got things like they did an Ash vs. the Evil Dead, where it's a total Mad Max thing. It's a comic, and it's a whole Mad Max. It's like the Road of the Dead or something like that. I don't remember what the fuck it's called. But it's definitely one of those ones that really it's standing the test of time. I think.
Yes, I can concur.
And
like
it will continue.
People still talk about it.
Yeah, and it will continue to influence our world. I think past us probably.
Oh yeah. And then you got, as I said, Fist of the North Star, which is one of the big animes. Like there's a fucking body soap commercial that was just made recently involving Fist of the North Star style, and it's got like, let me see here, body wash commercial.
Fist of the North Star was the one where it was like, you know, they had the very glamorous hair.
Kind of. It was based heavily on
the 80s.
The 80s, and see, like, look at, see, he's got that Raider look, and then he has to stand up and then do.
Oh yeah, this is totally Fist of the North Star.
No,
if you just Google Fist of the North Star soap commercial, it comes up. Although he's talking shit about this guy's body stinking, it just reminds me of the bad guy in one of the episodes of Yu Yu Hockey Show that sweats.
Yeah.
And like that's what makes him stronger.
And then there's a during this, for those who are Fist of the North Star fans, it's a remix of Ua Shock, which is the main theme of Fist of the North Star. And oh my god, it's a good homage just for a goddamn body wash.
So do you know
Ua Shock, and they even have the characters on the body wash.
Yeah. Okay, so George R. Romero, not George Romero, but so the zombie guy.
Yes.
Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, so on and so forth, right? Not the other Living Dead movies. There's a whole thing with that. We'll cover that when we did Night of the Living Dead on one of the episodes. One of the projects he was planning on working on before he died was going to be the next step in his Of the Dead franchise, and it was going to be a Mad Max inspired zombie movie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where did that go?
He died.
I mean, like the ideas at least.
Oh, I know he had a partner. I don't know if the partner ever like finished it like low budget or not. I'm not entirely sure. We could look into it. But yeah, he died, so that was really the thing that made that fall apart.
Damn. Well, rest in peace. I appreciate the ideas that he came up with.
Oh, he came up with some great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They were, very topical at the time. Even now, like they really took and made comments on how the world was and still is.
While we're sticking on movies, the Addams Family trailer just dropped. A lot of big names, and it looks like it's going to be very entertaining, very bubbly, very childish,
Mhm.
and it of course has its dark undertones. But of course it is a cartoon, so it is exaggerated.
Well, do you know the story behind Addams Family?
Family moves to.
No. Like how it became what we know now.
Oh. Suburban undead family type of thing? Like,
No.
I don't get it.
Here. Okay, so it's a cartoonist working at the New Yorker.
Okay.
His last name was Addams.
Oh, okay.
So he starts drawing these comics of this family.
Okay.
You've got everyone's in there, but he never names any of them. So it was never Cousin It was never Gomez, and they would just be one panel normally.
So like a family values.
Yeah, like family values, little thing. So it'd be like you'd see the house in the background, and you see Gomez fishing with Fester, but they're like fishing in like crazy fish monsters or something like that. Just things like that.
Okay, that's what you meant.
Yeah, so it's doing well, and he gets contacted to do the TV show.
The animated?
No, the live action was first.
Oh, the live action. Okay.
So
I didn't know that had a live action.
yeah, it's Sean Astin's dad as Gomez.
I'm Googling this up
Yeah.
right the fuck now.
I can't believe you didn't know this. It's on Hulu. It only got 2 seasons before it was canceled. It and The Monsters aired at the same time. They both got canceled. They're pulling. The theory is they're pulling too much from each other.
Oh.
I can't believe you've never seen this.
Yeah, no, never.
The theme song debuted in this and everything.
I thought it was from the animated.
This is where they got all their names because before they were.
64.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew.
So Sean Astin's still alive. Sean Astin's dad is still alive. Obviously Sean Astin as well. The actress that plays Wednesday is still alive, and I think everyone else passed away.
Oh.
I could be wrong on that, but so they did the show. It got canceled. They revived it as the cartoon that you know.
Okay.
That kind of influenced more and became more, but didn't last very long. Eventually, you get to the movies with Raul Julia and Christopher Lloyd.
Family Values and all that. Actually,
Family Values is the sequel.
Yeah, okay. I actually remember that. I was like, wait, Family Values.
So
we just talked about this.
Yeah, you've got the first one, and then you've got Family Values.
I was talking about Family Values, the comic strip. Now we're talking about Family Values, the aftermath.
Yeah. Fun fact: Astin was actually a little upset that they didn't ask him to be in the movie as Gomez, and that they went with Raul Julia instead.
Who would you prefer though overall? They're
both great. They both nailed the fucking character. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, having seen Raul Julia, I don't want him to not be there because that would have meant we never would have gotten his. Now he would pass away sadly before they got to do the third one. They had hoped to do a third one. Yeah.
He is such a good actor.
He was.
He is what carried Street Fighter into at least good territory, you know?
Yeah, him as M. Bison's the only reason I watch it. And then you got Angelica Houston, who is Morticia, and is freaking gorgeous as Morticia. And then you've got Christina Ricci as Wednesday. I don't remember the guy that played Pugsley.
Let's find out. Which one is this? Number 2?
Number 1, number 2, either one will work. It's the same actor for both. But so Addams Family's made a big thing. Everyone knows Addams Family now, right?
Yes.
Nothing's being done with it. Because it's just that they made the 2 movies. Gomez, actor for Gomez, dies. That's kind of the end. Barry Sonnenfeld's directed the movies and everything, and he's an amazing director. He's the one that did Men in Black 1 and 2. Jimmy Workman. That's the name of the Pugsley in the 90s Addams Family movies. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a YouTuber that goes on to make Adult Wednesday Addams. And basically it's like what Wednesday Addams would be like as an adult living in this world.
The commercial-esque looking ones that are only like 3 minutes long.
Yeah, they're very short, but they're fun.
Yeah, she walks down the street and, hey, you look better if you smiled more. And then she tortures the shit out of them.
Yeah, so she gets cease and desist letters and is forced to pull all the content off of YouTube.
Oh, no.
Because this new animated movie is being made. And they don't want anything
to do with it.
Yeah. So I'm not against the new animated movie, but it sucks that we had to do it the way that it sucks they did it the way they did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Damn.
But the new animated movie does look good.
It does.
It does look a little goofy and fun and all over the place, but I think it's kind of harkening back to the cartoon a lot.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, it is.
I mean, we'll probably go see it.
First scene, you see Wednesday laying down in her bed underneath a guillotine. Like, that's, like, more or less a high specific nod.
Yep.
Alright, I think that's all the movie news I have.
Let me double check my list. I know I got TV news.
Yeah, we got TV news. We got a lot of gaming. Well, not gaming news, just a lot of gaming things to talk about.
I kind of got one. So the Rocco Modern Life feature
right.
is dropping on Netflix, and
I believe it just did.
if it's not today, I think it's tomorrow, one or the other. But I think it's out. From what I understand, it will be the story will be primarily about a trans storyline. Okay, yeah, tomorrow. So it's going to be a primarily trans storyline. So it's being kind of forward, and I'm waiting because people are going to flip out.
There are going to be people.
This is a children's cartoon. Why are we talking about this? Go back and watch Rocco's Modern Life. Tell me it's a fucking children's cartoon. He worked for a sex line.
He works for a sex line. Miss Bighead keeps flirting with him in very provocative ways.
Yes.
You tell me that show was PR.
Right.
Like early Nickelodeon, early Cartoon Network shows had those real deep jokes that, you wouldn't hit the first time around. But then when you rewatch them when you're 25 to 30, then you're like... Whoa.
The easiest one is Animaniacs. They're investigating. Yeah. They're investigating something.
I don't think so.
And she, Yakko tells her, dust your fingerprints. And she shows back up with Prince. She's holding Prince, the singer, formerly known as. And he goes, no, fingerprints. And holds his hand
I
out.
don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, what I love is they made Prince like smile at her.
The other one that comes to mind as far as those underlying jokes was Powerpuff Girls. Bubbles is talking to their new friend, and their new friend, has a conversation with Professor Utonium, and Bubbles says, "Oh yeah, we were technically an accident," and then the girl goes, "Don't worry, Professor, I was an accident too."
Yeah.
And the professor goes, "Oh."
So they just saw something the other day. I don't know if you can try and find it. It was someone had pulled just a small clip from that, and they put it in text form, so hopefully you can find it. It was when Miss Bellum and the mayor have been tied up, and they're like gonna rob them. And they say something along the lines of, first we're gonna see what you have, sweet cheeks, or something like that. And the mayor goes, "Call me whatever you want, just don't hurt Miss Bellum."
Okay, I remember that. It was when the fake Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, the guys, the prisoner, like the convicts or whatever they were.
Not sweet cheeks.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We got the point across.
Yeah.
I loved Miss Bellum. I thought she was great.
She was great, being that unseen seductress.
Yeah.
And
which is another thing they got away with.
And the other thing, the fact that her counterpart, technically the evil counterpart, was Sedusa. The name Sedusa.
Well, that also, that was already an issue, but there was also a play on Medusa because she used her hair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then you had the freaking whatever that thing was. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
This one?
Yeah, Fuzzy Lumpkins or whatever he was, the weird hillbilly thing.
I liked Fuzzy. Fuzzy was.
No, it was a good show, and that it was so weird.
Roach Coach.
I think the best thing ever though was they did an episode. That's a great cosplay.
That's a great cosplay. We were looking at a cosplay of Miss Bellum and Mayor, and it's just everything from the neck up is just this big poof of red. But you were saying, I'm sorry.
So they did this episode where like it was like an identity crisis type thing. They couldn't really figure out what they were going to do with their identities. They felt they needed to be certain things. So Blossom basically became that one right there.
Yeah.
That's only part of it, but so Blossom basically becomes Wonder Woman. She gets a get up that looks like Wonder Woman and everything. Bubbles for some reason dresses up as a bunny rabbit and is like sticking stickers on everything. That one I didn't quite understand. But then you've got Buttercup, who is fucking Spawn. She is Spawn. And she's like hiding in the shadows and everything. She's like refusing to like touch the sunlight because she's like, oh no, the darkness. So that show was great. The movie was always a little weird to me though. I didn't enjoy the movie nearly as much. Although it gave Mojo Jojo a backstory.
I will admit, we already knew like the precursor up until the movie, and then the movie kind of filled in the gaps.
Yeah.
And then it was like the movie wasn't bad. It was just all over the place.
It was kind of all over the place, and they changed the art style a little bit, which I didn't like.
Well, with a higher resolution, you would kind of want to buff up the animation.
Yeah, but the problem is I feel like they tried too hard.
I can concur. Concur that push for the Mode 7 style SNES where everything's pulling back. We're gonna pretend like I had my phone muted. Where they had everything pull back, and you just see that row and row and row and row of monkeys all the way back. That kind of scene. I will admit, as said,
is this legitimate?
I don't know. I was looking at it and I was just like, same thing.
So they have a thing where it's panel to panel Powerpuff Girls versus the Big Lebowski, and like his rug being taken and everything, and the professor being like, hey, that really tied the room together. That's private residence, man, the whole thing. How do you feel about the Samurai Jack and the professor are either the same person or at least related?
Ancestry.
Yeah. Even at certain points, like when he like goes back to like a destroyed city, you can see like the billboard and shit, so you know it's Townsville.
That one's been established, but as far as the direct connection between Professor Utonium and Jack, I would say is pretty up there because I want to say Ancestry.
Yeah.
And the fact that Jack, quote unquote, visits Townsville that age later in episode 2.
I don't remember what episode.
It was a 2-parter episode for the first episode fully. It was part 2 of episode 1.
I didn't like the new show. Have you seen the new Powerpuff Girl show?
Oh, the new Powerpuff? I was about to say Samurai Jack is fucking amazing.
No, Samurai Jack's fine.
Yeah.
I actually was really enjoying that.
I will fight you. And I finished it. I like Samurai Jack 1, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I didn't finish it yet.
I liked it. I loved it. It was a great adaptation. It added in, it gave him a love interest, and it even had a good conflict with that love interest. Good shit. As for the Powerpuff Girls reboot, I heard they added some new characters to try and liven up the place.
It's very much goofy, really short episodes. Nothing really matters.
Yeah, and there's no action.
Yeah.
And when we were with the Powerpuff Girls, there were teeth flying.
Yes.
Now there ain't. There's barely any of that sparkle. There's barely any of that bamf.
So they got rid of a member of what is the band? The Gorillas. And
Ace.
They replaced him with a member of the Gangrene Gang.
That's right. They replaced Murdoch. They pulled Murdoch from that and put him in Powerpuff Girls. And I didn't I had heard the meme. I just never saw the episodes about it.
They did a music video with Jack Black for some reason, which was a little interesting, where you're seeing all of them except that one member is now the Gangrene Gang member.
Yeah,
for
Ace
the Gorillas.
was smiling, and it was I think it was for.
I know it was a new album. I just don't know what.
Yeah, I don't remember the song.
It was, I think, what they launched the album with, which I thought was a little weird. But
I can hear the song in my head. I don't know what the song is called.
So remember the episode of Samurai Jack where he has to help the Scottish guy?
Yeah. All of them, yeah.
So
because he had to help him multiple times, even after
when
Rest
he's
in Peace,
first saving his wife.
Oh yeah.
So at that point, I'd already seen episodes where it's like you couldn't really tell who the bad guy was going to be. I did not trust that fucker the whole episode.
The Scott?
Yeah, I was so worried he was going to betray Jack that entire fucking episode.
I know. Scots are super, super adamant. It was all a misunderstanding that turned into, of course, the violence.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, he was like, I misjudged you. I'm sorry. Friendship. Boom. It handled itself. And then in the new series, I kind of gave you a bit of a spoiler. Sorry. But he still, even post-mortem, helps. Which, I like that.
We kind of ended up here because of Rocko's Modern Life. But all I was going to say is, like...
Rocko's Modern Life this week, and then next week we got, Zim.
Yeah, Invader Zim, Enter the Florpus. Something like that. Is that next week or is it the week after?
Next week.
Are you sure? I feel like it's the week after. Today's only the 8th.
9th. And then it's going to be the 17th.
Is it the 17th? Okay, yeah, so then it's next week. And then today is the 8th.
Just to make sure. We're going to find out. Oh, I might help if I put Invader, huh?
Yeah, just typing in Zim New is...
It's
just
16th.
Okay, 16th. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so next week. A week from tomorrow. Did you read the comic books at all for Invader Zim?
I remember getting one for a free comic book day, but no.
They did a run that was recently, last couple of years before this movie was announced, and basically it was supposed to pick up where the show left off, but they still acted like it had been a very long time. And Dib has been getting fat and all gross, sitting at his computer watching, waiting for Zim to finally show up. And it turns out the whole time it was seriously Zim was just sitting in his house to fuck with Dib. That's why nothing had happened. To explain away all the time in which the show hadn't existed.
That's a really good cut, actually. Just to fuck with Dib, because Dib has no choice but to do that because he's that crazy. Dib as a character is a good one.
Yeah.
That over compulsiveness.
He's got all kinds of good characters.
Yeah.
Have you read any of Jordan Vasquez's comics?
I've seen some of his art. I've never seen any of it.
So I Feel Sick is a good one. That one's a shorter one.
I Feel Sick.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
It's about this girl that works at like a bookstore, and she's trying to write a story and get it published, and like her mind is just breaking and like weird shit's happening. It's good. And then he's got Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
That one seems really...
That one's kind of fun. It's a
kind
little
of
all over.
Vague. Kind of vague.
He's Johnny, and he's a homicidal maniac.
I don't know.
He's being told to kill by...
What's his job?
He's a homicidal maniac.
Oh.
He's being told to kill by 2 inanimate objects in his house.
Now I feel like it gives too much away.
Maybe a little bit. That one's good. That one's actually several comics with little intermittent things that kind of break up everything. But there's seriously an episode, or not
like
an episode.
like a Ren and Stimpy episode. Where you got Powdered Toast Man, Log.
Yeah. Log. Yeah, no, it's exactly like that, because it would be like it's happening, and then you cut to this other comic that is Happy Noodle Boy, which is normally him getting his ass whooped because he does something stupid or douchey or assholey. And then it's back to the carnage of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. There's an episode where he's literally going around just killing everyone inside of a diner while listening to music. And at one point someone's like, think about what you're doing, and he goes, I have, unsettling, isn't it?
I might want to read that.
I've got it. Well, Lauren's got it, but yeah. He released the director's cut of the comic.
Ooh.
It's just bigger.
Oh, okay.
It's just a look up more panels. And then there's like a one point where he's yelling why he's killing each person. And so one of them, he's like, and I'm killing you because I don't like your face. And he goes, I kid, and then kills them anyways. Yeah, he's fucking nuts.
Okay, so it's just, he's already a loose string.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for both of these tomorrow and then a week later. I super hype. We've been hype. We've been waiting for these for a while.
I mean, they're coming to Netflix, which is kind of like...
But we're still going to watch it.
It allows us to watch it, which is interesting. So, what else we got?
I don't have any more show stuff.
I kind of have show stuff.
This one.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that one up. So, the CW originally was going to do their own streaming service, and I guess changed their mind.
They had to.
So, now they're unveiling a 4-platform streaming strategy. As complicated as that sounds. So they're basically going to be working with Netflix, HBO Max, which is fucking stupid, CBS All Access, which is fucking stupid, and then they've got their own app, CW Seed.
Yeah.
Which I actually use and I actually really like. It does have commercials, but it's free.
Yeah.
And it's not even free in the sense that like a lot of them are free where it's like, well, if you have our cable channel, you can use your Cox login to log in and use the app. No. It's just free. The CW Seed is just something
as long as you got internet.
Yep. So the multi-platform play, they're trying to say it's for consumers. They're saying the consumer is going to make the determination on whether they want to buy from the ad HOC service or not, and how they want to do it or not. What they want to do. Like the whole concept is you and me as a consumer get to make the decision of how we're getting our CW stuff. So.
Fair.
It might work. I can tell you right now, though, I'm not getting it through I'm not getting it through CBS All Access or HBO
or
Max. Netflix I already paid for, so.
Well, I mean, if they combine and raise your rate,
they already fucking raised the rate.
I know. That's why I don't have no more. But I mean, if they do combine everything and then all the stuff from the CW and the CBS All Access, yeah. If that all moves over, you get access to Twilight Zone.
Well, I don't think they're going to move anything from CBS All Access over because you have to remember CW is actually owned by 2 companies. CBS owns half of CW, right. And then the other half is Warner. So they're not going to move anything from CBS All Access. They'll be moving CW stuff to CBS All Access. And then I'm making
a really sour face right now. Like it hurts.
They're saying the shows that aired before or during the 2018 to 2019 season will continue to fall under the Netflix banner. after the current season's end of each respective show, complete seasons will be dropped onto the streaming giant 8 days after the season ends.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you can still go and watch Flash on Netflix. You can watch the current season that's running right now of Flash on Netflix 8 days after it ends.
That's fine. And then Riverdale, Supernatural.
Well, Supernatural's canceled, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just saying you can still see them on it.
Yeah. So you'll still be able to watch Supernatural. You'll be able to watch Arrow because those both are over. I don't know if the 100 ended or not. But for the shows that are still active, you're still gonna have Supergirl, All American, Black Lightning, Flash, Dynasty, Riverdale, all kinds of things. Now also they finally dropped a commercial for let's see, the 100 is got another episode. Okay, cool. So they're still going.
Yeah.
The from our side, the 100 is really weird.
I heard it gets good.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't either.
But they finally dropped a trailer for Katie Keene, the next thing in the whole Riverdale.
I've heard.
Sabrina
Okay, I heard about that, and I was like, I need to get into Riverdale if I want to get into that.
Actually, you don't have to.
No, it's gonna be separate.
No. It's not exactly separate, but it's not exactly connected. It happens at a different point in time, in a sense.
Okay.
And a different city, anyways.
Okay, then never mind. Well, I might just check out Riverdale just to check it out.
Oh, Riverdale's good. What I've seen of it, I haven't seen all of it.
Because Riverdale is supposed to be
Dark Archie.
Oh, I don't know.
It's Archie, but some of their students showed up dead, and they're not entirely sure what the fuck's going on.
I don't know if I want to.
And it's kind of delving into like conspiracy in the town and shit like that. It's enjoyable.
I mean, if they did,
they're not really pulling their punches either. Like they're showing dead bodies and shit.
That's kind of neat. But remember the comic book that I was starting to slowly enjoy and I wanted to find more of, the Harrow County?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see an actual adaptation of that.
Because you might want to check out Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Have you watched any of that yet?
No, that's on Netflix though, yeah?
Yeah. And that's Sabrina, but dark.
Yeah, I'll take a peek at that. But I would like to see Harrow County just because I read a couple issues of it.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from okay, you're talking to a corpse, cool. This is actually kind of neat looking. Oh, ritualistic symbols, fucking zombie apocalypse.
Interesting. You might want to check out Stand Against Evil. Stan, like the name.
Okay.
It's the actor that played Dr. Cox on Scrubs.
Oh.
And he's the new sheriff of a town after his wife, the past sheriff, dies, and all this weird supernatural shit starts happening. And it turns out it's because his wife was always fighting all these things, and so now he's got to deal with all of it.
Oh, that's so nice.
Or he's actually, I think he's still retiring. That's what it was. Sorry, no, he was the sheriff. His wife was doing all this hunting and shit like that. She died, so he retired, and now the new sheriff's taken over, but keeps going to him for help. There's like an episode where like they have to fight like a pig monster and shit. Like it's fucking all kinds of weird shit. He straight up throws down with a witch at his wife's funeral, but everyone sees her as like an old lady that he's just beating the shit out of. It's on IFC. Okay. But you can get all the episodes on Hulu, I do believe.
Okay.
Let's move on. Do we have any more television?
Nope. We got shoe news, but that'll come later. Unless you want to do it now.
We can do shoe news now if you want.
Okay.
So we have
shoe news.
We have shoe news twice.
We have 2 times the shoe news.
Twice the shoe news for both your feet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I went for it.
You went for it. You grasped, and I don't know.
Talk about your damn shoes with the weird laces.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got long ass fucking laces.
They wrap through the whole shoe.
They do, up to the front even. I don't know.
They're like all the way towards the back.
Yeah. Mocker. But Puma has signed a little thing with One Piece. So we're getting more One Piece shoes. And they got little tiny chopper sunflower looking things on the sides. The color scheme doesn't look bad. I mean,
like a brown black?
It's a brown black with a little bit of red inlay with a little bit of white on the inlay of that inlay. Their cells. They're Puma cells.
They do have like a little anchor charm on the back of the left one, but not on the back of the right. So it's like if you have an OCD about that, you're gonna have to take the charm off.
Yeah.
It's one of those chains that pops right off. Yeah. So
I think this is supposed to be about the Lucky. Oh god, it's something Lucky. Old Lucky. It's their boat.
Yeah,
it's
that's the boat was supposed to be the whole inspiration behind these shoes.
Yeah, and I mean they don't look bad. They look really fancy. It's just the lace goes through everything.
Well, and then in the front they don't even have it tied. They've got one of those plastic things that you pull strings through to tighten them. Yeah, like the drawstring thing. It's kind of weird.
I would remove that and tie my damn shoes.
Yeah.
But other than that, those look good. The other pair of shoes is another anime set, Naruto. These look a little more plainer. They look really nice. They do have the reminisce of like the ninja style shoes, but no openings. They're closed toed.
But then they also still, because it's Adidas, they still have the white stripes on the side. Too.
Yeah, which is really interesting.
Some thought went into this design.
Yeah. They are like this. What would you say? Like a slate blue, like a stone blue.
Yeah. It's like it's an earthy blue.
It's an earthy blue, yes.
But not like earthy in the sense of the sky, but earthy in the sense of like you look at a mountain and you can say a mountain's blue.
Yeah. I like that. And then you got like a seal of something in the back.
Well, they've also got a metal thing that the laces are laced through. That's also got the symbol.
The headband.
Yeah, it's got the headband symbol on it.
The Hidden Leaf Village, and then you got the Sharingan on the freaking tongue. So some thought went into this, and it has like all of the feel of Naruto, I suppose. But
how much are these running for? Does it say?
No, wait, nope, that's not what we know. Nope.
Okay. Well, if they're anything like the ones you did pull up, it's looking at like those were like 34.
Yeah, but I'm thinking these.
So these will probably be like 60 because they're gonna be special.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, it says no release date, but it's the fact that they have the mock-ups already up and running.
Yeah, this is their 4.0, I think it said. Look,
Blurred
wrong model.
4.0.
Yeah, Blurred 4.0. Okay. So I don't know. I would wear these. I would have preferred it if they had done a darker color.
Yeah.
So, and then is this another pair?
I think it might be because this is 630. This is a while ago.
Okay.
But these were Jokey Joke mock-ups, it looks like, of Sakura's type of branding.
Interesting.
I'm not a big fan.
No, they're kind of ugly. They're mostly white, and then it's like someone went at the last minute went, oh crap, these are supposed to be red. Oh, we don't have time.
Yeah, and then threw in that little dash of pink for her hair. Like, I'm sorry, is pink supposed to be a ninja color?
No, I would think like black would be the ninja color.
You would assume
you want to blend into the darkness.
Yeah, you would assume so. Also, I just ran into freaking DBZ shoes from a year ago.
Now, question.
Yes. Those actually look kind of nice.
Is
sorry.
yellow a samurai color?
Yes.
Why?
I think it's like a very specific color of like.
I'm not arguing it. I'm just trying to understand.
A valor color.
Because like it's a big thing. We see it in movies all the time.
Yeah, but I want to say it's like I don't want to say it's like a traditional kabuki color because it kind of is, but it's like a color of that like valor. Like I don't know. It just seems like it is.
I love that you typed in Yellow Samurai and the first thing that came up was Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Was even like Kill Bill or Bruce Lee or anything.
Nothing.
Well, granted, he wasn't a samurai, but
still.
All right. I did realize I do have one more television news.
How dare you?
I was wrong. I'm sorry. So
it's time for your punishment.
Nickelodeon.
Oh.
Bought Garfield,
It's
which
gone now.
tells me two things. One, obviously, we're going to be getting a new show, which is interesting because Garfield has always been on Cartoon Network, or has been straight to DVD or VHS.
What was Garfield and Friends on?
That was Cartoon Network.
Was it? Okay, I'm just making sure.
Now it'll be Nickelodeon for whatever new show they decide to do. Plus, there was a show that was running on Cartoon Network more recently. It was like a CGI animation. Yeah, pull it up. It was interesting looking. Just Garfield show, new Garfield show, something like that. Now what? Yeah, that's the animation.
Oh.
Now
yeah, I don't. Oh God, that. Oh God.
It's interesting, isn't it? So it was called the Garfield Show. It was 2008, 2016.
That Myrtle?
Yeah, it was normal. No, not normal. Something with an N. I don't fucking remember. It's not Myrtle. It's the cutest kitten ever. I can't remember his name.
Let's find out.
Begins at the fucking end. It's driving me nuts.
I got you.
But yeah, Garfield and Friends was Cartoon Network.
It was
normal. But from what I understand, they didn't just buy Garfield so that now Nickelodeon's going to do the cartoons. They bought Garfield from Jim Davis. It is officially left Jim Davis. Paw Inc. is probably gone.
Yeah, it's based upon the original characters. But
Well, no,
wait,
this
wait,
is
wait,
this
wait,
is
wait.
the old this is the old Cartoon Network show you're looking at.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying he was an executive producer.
Yeah, no.
For
Up until just a couple days ago, Jim Davis was involved in Garfield. I'm saying Nickelodeon.
No longer.
Yeah, Nickelodeon just bought it from him. So I'm wondering what's going on there that he sold Garfield. The other thing that concerns me is that does that mean they own Garfield and Friends and the Garfield Show and all the old cartoon movies and all that stuff? Because if they do, Nickelodeon's owned by Viacom, who also owns MTV and a couple other channels. Viacom has this weird thing where when they go through and they buy shit that they didn't create, and now that they own it, they kind of just lock it away and you don't fucking see it anymore. Like, for the longest time, you couldn't get Full House anywhere unless you bought the DVDs. And with the success of Fuller House, Viacom put Full House up on Hulu. But before that, you could not find Full House anywhere unless you bought the CDs or the DVDs. And that's like that with several of their shows where you have to buy the DVD or the Blu-ray. You can't. It's not streaming anywhere. So I'm wondering if that's going to happen to Garfield and Friends, which has recently been on several streaming services. And I'm wondering, is Garfield going to stop showing up in the Sunday newspaper? Are we going to get comics anymore? What all does it is Viacom, not Nintendo, Nickelodeon's purchase of Garfield mean? What is that going to do for us?
I don't know, man.
So,
because this doesn't look great.
The CG show?
The CG
it
show
ran for like 8 years.
I mean, there are some high points with the animals, but when you look at the humans,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, Garfield and Friends
boy.
was always the best cartoon that they did and will always be.
Yeah.
But personally, I went for the comics. I still own a bunch of the books of the comics.
Yeah, I still have that thick, long one.
Yeah, that's how they did them. I have several of those on the bookshelf in my bedroom.
Yeah.
So
we're ready
to
party. We're ready to party. We're ready.
So, yeah, that makes me a little sad.
Lots of spaghetti.
But at the same time, I mean, Viacom technically owned Rocko's Modern Life and Invader Zim, and Netflix now has those. So it's like maybe Viacom's opening up. Soiled it. Okay, and then I do have another TV thing. I know I'm terrible. I also realized I have movie news. I'm just all over the place today.
Boy, what are those?
You know, that's my first cup of coffee of the day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm thinking that's probably why.
Yeah.
So,
if it makes you feel
I told you about this and you got excited.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you saw my head turn on a swivel.
So, the Arrowverse, while Stephen Amell's leaving, Green Arrow's done, Arrow's done, for their final season, they're doing Crisis on Infinite Earth, doing a huge event. They've done several events for several other seasons. In this event, Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, will be coming in and playing live-action Bruce Wayne for the first time. Now, they made a point of saying live-action Bruce Wayne, so don't expect him to put a bat suit on.
Yeah.
But
it's probably going to be someone else.
Reminder, this man has been the voice actor for Batman since the fucking 90s. He went to Juilliard.
There was another actor who went to Juilliard only to become Hey in fucking Moana.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's Alan Tudyk. Hey's Alan Tudyk.
Oh, then yeah.
I didn't know Alan Tudyk went to Juilliard.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll double check right now.
Well, you know who he met when he was at fucking Juilliard? Robin Williams and Christopher Reeves. Superman.
Yeah.
So he met Superman before he was Superman and before he was Batman. So an interesting little connection there. Yeah, I didn't know Alan Tudyk was Juilliard trained. That's interesting. Juilliard's a hell of a fucking place. Like, that is like the school for the arts. I knew he was the fucking chicken though. I just can't remember the chicken name.
Yeah, because in the early renditions of Hey was supposed to be this angry, grumpy little chicken, and then toward the very end of production, they were like, we don't want that. We want a likable character.
Instead, we want you to make him stupid as shit.
a little dopey. And
the eyes is what gets me about
the
that
eye. Oh
thing.
yeah. I had bought one of these little tiny pill beans, and it looks like a Disney character.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I got and leaned out to buy was the one of Hey Hey. Just because it looks so goddamn derpy. I have it sitting up on my second monitor right now. But it's just the fact of that matter.
Yeah, so this is going to be a big point. We actually, on our Twitter page, went through and did a little tweet of a Batman coffee mug in honor of Kevin Conroy's casting as Batman.
Also, whoever logged into our Twitter account,
we're coming for you.
We are going to break your neck.
We will find you.
And also, congratulations on breaking that password, but fuck off.
Wasn't that great of a password?
It was an okay password.
Yeah, we actually got an alert that someone in LA signed into our Twitter account. So I promptly made sure that they were no longer signed into our Twitter account and promptly made sure that the password is even stronger than it was before.
Yeah, it's
111.
Yes.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D.
But I will find you, and I will kill you.
I've actually had a rush of my shit being hacked over the last couple of years.
Same.
My Netflix account. I had to boot the guy and make a new password and everything. He full on deleted my profiles on my Netflix and everything. He had deleted my dad's file, deleted my file, deleted my guest file, and made his own file and started watching some random ass fucking show. I don't remember what the fuck it was. He watched most of it in one fucking night before I found out, and remotely booted him and changed all the passwords and emails back because he even changed my fucking email. What else? We had the Twitter issue just now. My Twitch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Twitch, I have 2-factor. I love 2-factor authentication.
Yeah. Well, I ended up saying 2-factor up for it but you remember you were here with a Twitch.
I was.
You know they just emailed me last week in response to it, asking if everything was okay now.
I mean, that's kind of nice of them.
It took them months, though.
You're right.
They're like, we're sorry, we've been busy. Like, your fucking support for this shit. Come on, bro. Come on. Are you gonna pull that up?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up. Take a quick look
at it. What else of mine got hacked? So Netflix, Twitch, Twitter.
My Epic got attacked, and then
that's right, your Epic.
My Epic got attacked, and they charged $99 on it, and I was like, unbind this 2-factor authentication, and then shortly after that, someone tried climbing into my Steam because my 2-factor popped up for that because you have to have a phone for that.
Yeah, and
I was like, cool.
My 2-factor for Yahoo got pinged 2 days ago for my Yahoo mail.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck you ain't getting it.
Yeah, because I 2-factored Yahoo. Let's see what else.
My email does it. My
my
Steam
Discord fucking does it. Like I'm 2-factoring on everything now. My
yeah, the only thing I don't have it on is my Xbox because I don't think I can.
I don't know. But
even still, I have the email bound to it. So if anyone tries to change that email, they have to go through the first email first. Yeah. So I'm like,
that's the thing. My Netflix now immediately emails me. Lauren logged in on her laptop. Mm-hmm. Her laptop. And it still sent me an email like, this person logged in.
Is that you?
Is it you? Yeah, that's me. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
there was one more.
One
more thing of mine someone got into.
There was another 2.
Oh, no.
Blizzard. I 2-factored.
It was when that big issue went through with all the fucking accounts getting fucked up on Facebook. All my photos were made private. Not private, public. All my photos were made public.
Oh, shit.
So I had to go back to my Facebook and change my settings and everything. My account went full public.
Oof.
Yeah. That's been fixed now too. Also, they had it to where people could find me with my phone number on Facebook, which I thought was a little weird. And then about 5 years ago, someone actually got my debit card information. Took me for $400 worth of flowers. They ordered 200 from 2 different companies.
He must have fucked up.
Yeah, I think I basically paid for a funeral or something or a wedding.
Oh.
I think that was what happened.
Good charity.
Bank of America got the money back for me.
Good charity.
But then we're like, you need to contact them and try to figure out who did this. I'm like, no, you need to contact them and try to figure out who did this. I'm trusting you guys to keep my shit safe.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, but we'll move on. Sorry. You brought up Twitch because they decided to do something interesting.
Ninja, as we all know, if you haven't heard of Ninja, he's a blue-haired boy who was at New Year's Eve trying to get everybody to do the goddamn floss, and everybody in their cold skivvies were like, who the hell is this kid?
Yeah, I think that's a good description of him.
That's one.
We
of the
covered
bears.
last week that he has left Twitch.
He has left Twitch. They kind of threw out his entire channel, but not for the base benefit of throwing it out. They just were like, this, the streamer you're looking for is in another castle, and I'm like, good homage, to send him off toward Mixer. But I'm happy that they left everything for him, because they left his clips. They left.
I was gonna say
videos.
that as long as they left his clips in his videos, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because like people are gonna want to go back and rewatch those still.
Yeah,
and it's money they're making still because people are going back and rewatching them.
Yeah, there's still ads on them.
Here's the question: I don't know how the contracts work on Twitch, but now that he's over at Mixer, does he still make money from the ads on these?
I think he probably gets the revenue because it's ad revenue.
Yeah.
They, even if Twitch has their percentile, Ninja's still getting his.
I was wondering if like he broke a contract or something.
No, you can. That's the cool thing. You can actually stream on all platforms at the same time. There's nothing saying such unless you wear like branded things. Like if I had a Twitch shirt on right now and I was Twitch streaming and I'm like, I'm going over to Mixer and I'm still wearing that Twitch shirt, then it might be like hey, wait a minute.
That's why you said your Mixer up just a blurry shirt.
Sure. Too much work. I would rather
6 computers going.
Yeah, right? But no, I'd rather just change my damn shirt.
What was the thing where they would rip people's audio on WoW and play it back all messed with? The 4-strand leather belt.
4-strand, 4-strength leather belt.
Yeah. What was that? I can't remember the name of it.
The harassments?
Yeah.
Ventrilo harassments?
Thank you, Ventrilo harassments. There's one that if you listen, you can hear his friend go, "You bought another computer just to do that, didn't you?" Because he thinks it's his friend. Like, he is not believing that it's not his friend fucking with him.
Oh.
He's like, "You bought a second computer to do that." It's like, yes, that's what I did. I went out and bought hundreds of dollars worth of equipment just to fuck with you for 5 minutes.
You could do that off a fucking Chromebook for $200.
Okay. That's literally hundreds of dollars of equipment. I'm not wrong.
Oh my god.
Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, shut up. What do you want to move to? Do you want to do gaming news or do you want to do movie news?
You still have movie news. So let's finish up with the movie news.
Okay. I don't even...
Fucker.
I'm going to slap you.
I'd like to see you try.
So, Disney Plus, we've been talking about it a lot, announced that not only are they going to be doing Marvel stuff and Disney stuff and Star Wars
They're
stuff,
becoming strong.
but they're going to reboot and remake things. And they named one title, Home Alone. They're going to reboot Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin had a nice response with, "This is what modern Home Alone would look like," and posted a photo of him sitting on his couch, shirt pulled up, in his underwear.
With an N64 controller by his side.
With his laptop on in his lap, holding a plate of food with open containers of food, sitting on the couch next to him, stomach showing, making a goofy fucking face.
I might actually take that face for my Discord image now.
And
real talk. If I can use it, I would like to use it, please.
And then he just put at the bottom, "Disney, call me."
I think Macaulay Culkin is now a very strong power player as far as just wanting to hang out and do stuff.
Yeah. He's a guy that just wants to do things.
He just did something for Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link, and I haven't had a chance to see it, but it involves bunny rabbits, and I was talking to Quincey about his podcast, which is Bunny Ears. So go give them a check out if you want another podcast to listen to. But first us first,
and then the Culkinator,
and then the Culkin, and then any of the other gaming.
Actually, you know what he goes by with his friends? Mac.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and it's not a name I never stopped and went, that makes sense.
Yeah.
When I heard it, I was like, fuck, Mac, yeah, why wouldn't you call him Mac over Macaulay? But I guess it started with Joe Pesci. We call him Mac on the Home Alone sets. And would also treat him like an adult. He said he was a little mean to him because everyone catered to him, So Joe Pesci was like, "I don't want this kid to be spoiled. I don't want him, growing up like that." And stuff like that.
He had a good Italian upbringing.
Who, Pesci?
Pesci.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He said in an interview he when he wouldn't finish anything on his plate, smack in the back of the head, eat it or you're not going to bed. It wasn't like, okay, you're going to bed without eating. No, you get smacked. You stay at that table and eat, and then you go to bed.
Did you see the trailer for the new movie he's in with Scorsese?
Pesci?
Yeah.
No.
So Scorsese's doing this new movie called The Irishman, I do believe it's called. It's Pesci, it's De Niro, and it's Pacino.
So they're bringing back the crew.
Yeah, so it's the Irishman. So it's about a hitman that it's gonna show like the hitman old, which will be De Niro, and Pesci old, and basically they're recounting how the hitman may have been involved in Hoffa's disappearance. Hoffa being played by Pacino, and they're kind of doing the whole young and old makeup thing, and like this, so they're showing them throughout their lives. It's going to be on Netflix, but it is also getting a theatrical release.
Okay.
So it's one or the other, whichever you want to go see.
And I'm not gonna lie or sugarcoat it. The whole CG of making someone look younger is slowly becoming better.
Yeah,
We've seen it with oh god.
it was in Guardians of the Galaxy for Kurt Russell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we have Gemini Man, and now we're having this. And I mean, to be fair, Robert doesn't look bad.
No. Well, none of them really look bad. In fact, they aged them more for the aging scenes too.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the
That's the young when he's on the phone.
Yeah.
So
And I'm like, that's not bad.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm probably gonna watch it too.
I don't know if we're gonna go to the theaters, but we may. Because I mean, I feel like this is something you gotta see in theaters.
Yeah.
So it's gonna touch on like the leaving.
Oh, he looks so good.
You just saw Pesci's face for the first like actual time of showing younger Pesci.
Oh, that looks so good.
I'm glad Pesci's back because Pesci's been gone for a while.
He has not been in the limelight.
You know, he was gonna quit acting a long time ago. He wasn't getting
God.
anything, and he was gonna quit. And he was friends with De Niro already, and De Niro's like, "Don't."
I
Like,
got
come
you.
on, don't. And then they went and they did one of the movies for Scorsese, and he blew up. And that's really where like Pesci's career took off and how he became what he is now. So.
And this looks like a real gruesome film too.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
That is nice.
it's Scorsese. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be rough. So.
Okay. Whoever worked on that CG, whoever worked on that full set, you get a golf club. I have not heard one single lick of audio for it. Only visuals. You get that fucking clap.
So that's supposed to come out this fall in theaters and Netflix. We don't have an exact release date yet.
No.
So.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, we do now?
September 27th.
Cool. All right. That may be my September movie.
Whoo-wee.
Let's see. I got a few more movie things.
Wow. Really?
Yep.
Oh.
So Andy Serkis.
Oh, yes.
You guys may know him as the actor for Smeagol / Gollum, or as the actor for Caesar and the newer Planet of the Apes, or even as what is his character's name in Black Panther / Ulysses.
God. Yes.
Ulysses in Black Panther and Age of Ultron. He is directing. And I want him to be a very successful director.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see him kill it as a director. Sadly, he's directing Venom 2.
The reason why I'm going to be like, hold on a second. The only reason why I'm actually wanting to take a draw back is because we're slowly in that age where actors turn directors seem to be doing a lot better than the directors thinking that they're directors.
I mean, experiencing both ends of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that way they're like, oh, when I was doing this, or, I want you to be like this. And then they emote to their people.
I don't think he's going to do bad. I think he'll do great. The problem is it's still going to be connected to a shit movie. It's like Aquaman is amazing according to everyone. It's still, at the end of the day, is connected to fucking Batman vs. Superman.
Yes.
Same thing with Shazam. Or Wonder Woman.
And, well, all three of those made money, made their budget, and then some. They were still successful.
It just sucks knowing they're connected to such a shit film.
I'm going to go in open-minded, and I'm going to go in a little hopeful. I want to wait.
I don't think I'm going to go in.
That's fine. But I'm going to wait to give a full, generalized opinion until I see the trailer. I'm excited for it. The only reason I'm excited for it, for just the trailer, is because we're having the feeling of someone who has been in those shoes and has those ideas or has that passion to build it.
And furthermore, an actor that has been in both realms of being an actor in his own personal self, or being an actor that has to act through motion capturing CGI work. He
did both.
Yeah, that's my point. So I'm like, maybe him directing Venom 2 could work, because maybe he could get through to Hardy a little bit more about working with that, because I do believe they did motion capture on Hardy for the symbiote scenes and stuff, right?
Yeah, the We Are.
Yeah, so like maybe that's something he can work with him on, and he's gonna have to work with Woody for that because they're going to be doing Carnage.
the Carnage, and do you think Anti-Venom might be a part of this?
That needs Spider-Man for it.
Oh yeah. Do you think that could be?
That's not gonna happen.
No.
Mm.
Okay, maybe Venom 3 / Spider-Man.
No, I think they went with Venom because they're not gonna do Spidey. They made him a hero instead of a villain, and I think that's the idea.
I'm gonna put a little more hopeful toward Venom 2. Like at the very toward the end, after the whole San Francisco thing, he's like, "Yeah, I'm heading off to New York to handle a little bit more business out that way. I got offered a good job," and then heads out there, and then that very the post credit scene is like the web slinger just going by.
Is it? It's him though, right? Not Spidey.
No, it would be Spidey.
Oh, was Spidey swinging by?
It would. Oh no. I'm saying for
Oh,
Venom
you're
2.
saying you'd want to see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I was misunderstanding. I thought you were telling me that's what actually.
No,
I didn't watch the movie.
No.
No. Well, here's the other issue though: is you've also got Sony who is currently going to be doing Venom 2. You've got Sony who did Into the Spider-Verse and has announced that there will be a sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, and they actually just talked with the producers. The producers are going to do multiple Spider-Man shows. They're even talking live action to expand on the Into the Spider-Verse universe. They can't say what they're doing, but they're saying that Sony technically owns about 900 characters through their ownership of Spider-Man, and that these will all stand alone but still be connected at the same time, all reckoning back to Into the Spider-Verse.
So we're getting Peter Porker, we're getting Noir probably.
We're getting so fucking much from Sony while Marvel's also trying to do Spider-Man.
So we're getting a lot of Spidey.
Yeah. I think Sony just needs to stop.
Are you mad at it though?
Yes, I am. Sony had their chance and they gave us Spider-Man 3. Sony had their chance and they gave us that weird goblin in The Amazing Spider-Mans.
Okay, but then Sony tried to redeem themselves and they gave us Spider-Verse.
Yes, but at the same time they gave us Venom.
You're right. Okay, you're right. You're right. I personally blame the director personally on that one, not Sony. Even though Sony backed it, and
that's the thing.
They tried to do the repairs.
There's producers, there's chairman, there's all that stuff for a reason. Because at some point, someone should have gone, "Wait, what is this?
Yeah,
this is what now?" You know,
connected.
You're
right,
but I don't know, it's not a project Sony should be doing because Sony is too much letting the directors and the writers do their version. And I get, even the Marvel Universe is their version, but at least their version shows respect to where it's coming from.
You're right.
I feel like the Sony movies just don't care.
Into
the Spider-Verse does. I will give you Into the Spider-Verse does.
Well, what about Far From Home? Do you think that one's not?
That's Marvel. That's not Sony.
Oh. Okay, so animated, not live action. Because all the
yeah, so Homecoming and Far From Home are Marvel. That's Disney. Sony's connected. Yeah, they're technically producers because they still own Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
They're making a little bit of money off of Marvel's movies, but at the end of the day, they are not in control of those movies. Have you ever seen Kevin Feige's reaction? He was doing an interview. It's him and one of the Sony producers, and she's talking about the new Venom movie while they're also talking about Homecoming. And she goes, yeah, so it is our goal, and it is going to be a thing that the Venom is going to be connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and everything. And you just see Feige's face of just, I'm sorry, what? Like, he doesn't say anything, but you can see it just like, no. It's kind of like you want to hear the Curb the Enthusiasm music. Yeah, as he realizes like what was just fucking said, and he's like, I can't call her out in the middle of this.
I would have. If it was honestly against my work and my vision, I'd be like, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
That ain't how it's going to go.
Sony's, I do believe, the only holdout now. I think they're the only one that Marvel can't seem to fucking get their character back from because they just fucking bought Fox. They were like, fuck it, we're gonna buy Fox. Boom, we got Fantastic Four and X-Men all back. I think Universal said fuck it and gave back Namor. I think I could be wrong on that. And they also, Deadpool, but that falls under X-Men. And then they went through and they slowly picked up their characters from different things. Like Iron Man, they bought back. Daredevil, they got back. All these little things. Sony's the only one they can't get back. And it's just Spider-Man that they own. But the problem is by owning Spider-Man, they own anything that was created in a Spider-Man comic. Which is, now I'm thinking about it, how do they not own Punisher? His Punisher's first appearance was in Spider-Man.
You're right, but I don't know. The rights for him must have split off somewhere.
Weird. It's fucking. I keep smacking the mic. It's fucking confusing. But back to the original reason we got to this was that Andy Serkis is going to direct Venom 2. I hope he does well.
I hope he does well as well. As well.
The other thing I have here is the Deadpool 2 director came out and said he doesn't think Deadpool needs to be R-rated. And thinks
that's by TD, isn't it?
No, not for Deadpool. No, David something. He's talking about that he thinks that David Leitch. He feels that Deadpool could be what it is and as successful it is and everything,
but without going R. I would prefer if it went R.
So would I, and let's be honest, that's why Deadpool made its money, because it advertised itself as the first R-rated superhero movie, despite not being.
No, there was many before it.
Yeah, fuck. Just look at the Blade franchise. But Crow. Dredd. Was Dredd R?
Dredd? Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
I
knew you'd say that.
Well, not Judge Dredd. I'm saying Dredd.
I know.
I think. What? You think Judge Dredd was too? No.
Let's find out real quick. Yeah, it was rated R.
Oh wow. Okay. So.
Because I was like, it showed a bullet hole going through a dude. I'm pretty sure that's R even back in its time.
No, that was Dredd. When did they show a bullet hole going through a dude in Judge Dredd?
Toward the beginning.
They show a guy get shot. He just blows up a car.
No, during the massive when fucking Hershey gets shot. It's the shootout that's in the apartment complex.
Yeah.
Hershey gets shot and he goes and then burns a hole right through one of the main dudes.
I fucking don't remember. It's been so long.
But even still, it was a pretty gruesome movie. And then you had oh no. Let's go with that. No.
What are you trying to figure
out? The guy who played his brother.
Oh. I don't remember. Why are you on Images?
I don't know. Why am I on Images?
There you go.
Armand. Yeah.
Armand Assante. He plays Rico in it.
No.
He
did really well.
Did you know that Stallone does have a brother who's an actor?
Who? Stallone?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's not very successful, but yeah, he has a brother that acts. I think that if he's trying to suggest that they are going to make a Deadpool 3 that is not R-rated, I think the instant people hear Deadpool 3, PG-13, they're gonna go nope, and they're just not even gonna give it a chance.
Yeah, nobody. Why? Like, if it doesn't have the envelope pushing that Deadpool can do without hitting R, I would want to, I guess, have a vision of it. I would want to see a little bit of it. Give me the first 10 minutes of it. But then when you say, it can do well without R rating, like it can do well. Why'd you word it like that?
I don't know.
I don't either. It's agitating.
So, I think that's all I have for movie news.
Okay. Gaming news. So, Nintendo World Championships back in 1991, if I'm not mistaken, 1991, had these cartridges that were given out to the qualifiers. And these things are rare, because there weren't that many. There were maybe 100 tops. But just recently, someone had it in their collection and wanted to sell it to a place called the Pink Gorilla. Yeah, Pink Gorilla Shops. And
it's like a
hobby-esque.
It's a gaming shop, but it's like, it's not like GameStop.
Got some figures in it.
Yeah, they got older stuff, collector stuff, things like that.
And someone traded it in, and the person got offered $13,000 for a Nintendo World Championship 1990 cartridge. This thing is super rare. If you get this exact cart, it is worth that much. Why? I have no friggin' idea. I have no clue why this cartridge in particular is worth that much.
The rarity. The fact that no one's selling them. If there's got to be demand, maybe there's someone that's trying to get all of them. I don't know. They're saying what, somewhere around 75 copies. But it's more
limited run of
more
90 gray and 26.
26 of those in gold. Okay.
Yeah, so
Originally 90 copies of gray cart were made, but as more and more have popped up over the years, somewhere around 75, it is now believed that several hundred were made. Serial numbers as high as 348. So
okay, so I was wrong. But even still, it was basically a collection of 4 games. Rad Racer, Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, and I think Excite Bike. But you play the 4 games in a succession to do something successful in a quick amount of time and try and beat out the clock to gain that score, to get to the flag, that sort of thing. $13,000. That's a lot of money. And then repurposed and sold for
15 to 20,000 is
in
what
good
it's
condition.
Yeah, expected to take for its good condition.
Whew.
So this is just after hearing about the unopened Kid Icarus cartridge last week.
Yeah, dig through your attics, people.
Hell, that's where someone found years ago, but someone found a fucking copy of Action Comics #1 in a drawer in a fucking desk in their attic that they brought the fucking dresser to sell it, or the desk to sell it, or whatever it was.
Wow.
And there was a fucking Action Comics #1 in the drawer. Those people end up being millionaires. You go ahead and talk about the season pass.
Okay, so for those who don't know, I played Ark a little while ago. I used to really enjoy it because, I mean, it was a really nice Minecraft clone that allowed you to, mess around with dinosaurs, build up a base.
Dinos.
Yeah, it was really nice. They just had a new map not too long ago, and it did well. I didn't have a chance to look at it, but it's good to know that Ark is still getting its pluses. They just announced the Ark Genesis Season Pass. Part 1, which is a whole new map for Genesis, drops in December of 2019. Part 2 drops in winter of 2020, almost a year later. I'm like, that's not a season pass, that's a year pass. And that's it.
It's the Ark season. Winter's coming.
Yeah, no, right? But it's very heavy now. It's super saturated with future tech. Like, now that you're already on the Ark, you get to basically say where you are, and I don't know. The trailer was very convoluted. Like, it spawned you into different couple areas with the rock drakes, and then a new creature that grew up and wanted to smash you, and you wound up fighting it.
Looked like a fucking, what is it?
Mogwai?
Well, yeah, but I was thinking of something else. It looked like an actual creature.
Looks like Gnar from League.
When it's
Gnar is
little.
this little tiny yordle that when he gets angry, he turns into a big thing. So I'm like, that's very unique, I guess. But I'm hopeful.
Bush baby.
It's just,
Bush baby.
Bush baby.
I think that's what I was thinking of. It looks like a little bush baby.
But I'm hopeful for it because, Ark is a good game. I like seeing it update with new creatures, new maps, new everything. It's just, it can't run for shit on any modern systems ever. Just thought I'd say that. Another one I want to talk about is Indie May Cry or Devil's Hunt. Because, bless you.
Thank you.
Indie games are starting to crawl out of the surface, and they're making some really interesting looking games. Devil's Hunt looks like it's a mix between Devil May Cry and Infamous. And I keep saying it all session just because I want to remain hopeful. I'm excited.
Are you excited for the faces?
Faces? Oh God. Okay. So during this trailer, it showed a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog 2019 teeth, and it made me go, "Oh God, look at those!"
So the mouths are very weird.
They are very nice.
The jaws just kind of flop. Yeah.
They need a little work on that.
It's like watching a ventriloquist dummy talk.
A little bit, kind of like one of those Muppets.
Yeah.
With weird, awkward teeth shoved in them.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the combat looks good. The areas look nice. The story seems to be cognitive. Okay, don't screw it up. And speaking of indie games, another one from Focus Home. If basically Dragon Age had a spiritual successor, I think Greedfall would fall into that column. releasing itself in September 10th. It basically looks like it plays just like
Pirates with Magic.
Pirates with Magic, a little bit of Inquisition in there. You basically have this very, very light cursed, and you're just going off and doing things to an not an uninhabited world, to an uncharted world compared to your own. So it's already inhabited by people. It's just you were unknown to it until just recently. So that means there are people here. There's a civilization here. You just don't know anything about it. And I'm
and you come in and you kill them all.
Sure, it's basically Fable then.
Pretty much. Which I recently replayed through Fable, the Anniversary Edition. I haven't actually done the added missions yet for the Anniversary Edition where you go to the other...
Fight Jack of Blades?
No, Jack of Blades is... I already did that. Okay.
Well, Jack of Blades the second time.
Spoiler. No.
He's a good character.
Spoiler. Jeez. No, I finished the whole run of the game.
Yes.
Now it's the thing where you have to go to that like icy place.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I haven't finished yet. I'm there. I think I'm about to buy my house. I already bought my house there. I was wondering why I didn't get the achievement for buying all the properties. I was like, what the fuck? And then the new world and the new property.
Now, see, I don't think it should have accounted that. I think it should have just been for base, but c'est la vie.
Well, it's a whole... The Anniversary Edition
is everything.
Is everything in one. It's a new game. It's technically the... But you know what I noticed is while being the remastered new thing, it was very choppy at moments.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, fucking come on. Like, I'm normally pretty forgiving on things like that. But it's like, you were fixing a game that came out on the original Xbox to run on the 360 and the One. And this was the best you did. So.
I mean, it ran okay on mine when I was playing through. But two ran like a dream.
I haven't ran 2 through yet.
2 ran like a fucking dream.
And who knows if I'll ever run 3. I didn't beat 3 the first time I tried playing it.
3 is a slodge, I will admit. I am maybe, from what I'm gathering from the progression tree, I can figure I'm about maybe halfway.
Dude, I don't remember what happens after the whole window thing at the beginning. Where you fall out the window.
2.
Is that 2?
That's 2. 3, you start off as a prince.
Oh, that's right. 3 is the prince thing. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Shit, I don't remember anything about 3.
I played it earlier this year, and I don't remember much after you run with your quote-unquote fiancé. I don't even know if she's your fucking fiancé.
Well, then there's 2 other...
God.
There's 2 other games now, because they got the pub game, and then there's still one other one.
The pub game was kind of like a lead-up, and then, yeah, I don't know. There were more things for Borderlands 3. They showcased all of the characters.
You already have a favorite.
I do. Well, no, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
All of them make me like it. It's just, I had no idea about Flack.
You want doggos.
I want doggos, but Flack made me go, huh, I really like it. I like the fact that he could just throw animals all over the place, create chaos.
That sounds terrible. Throwing animals all over the place.
I mean, that's kind of what he was doing.
Kind of.
But then when you watch the Siren's character, I forget her name, but when you look at hers, she's like, I just want to fight. I don't care. I just want to fight. And then you watch Moz's. Moz? The girl gunner that gets her Iron Bear. And she tells a little bit about her story and where she came from. And then you watch her story, and then you watched Zane's. He's just sitting at a bar enjoying a drink. And he's like, "Yep, let me tell you a little bit about me." And then he goes on and tells the little tale, and he showcases his abilities. And I'm like, cool. And then toward the end, it's just him drinking with a hologram of himself.
Aww.
Yeah, he's the loner. He's the loner soul. So I
might play as him.
Yeah,
I played as the soldier in 2. I don't remember who I played as in 1.
I played as all of them in 1 and most of them in 2. I just could not wrap my head around. What is her name? Anarchy Stacks. What is her name?
I don't know. I like I said, I only played the soldier in 2, so I don't know. And I never played with anyone, so it's not like I never got the experience of the other characters.
Motherfucker.
Wasn't Tiny Tina, was it?
No, Tiny Tina is the little girl who does it. It's her. Gage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, Gage.
Looking at her, like I remember the character when I was like selecting a character, but I don't remember anything about her.
Yeah, she was a little bit of a weird one.
Was she a DLC character?
Yes.
Okay.
Her and Krieg, the Psycho. I'll make you ride my meat popsicle.
I'm not sure who I'll play as in 3 yet.
I think I might do Big Buff Cheeto Puff still.
That doesn't tell me anything.
I'm gonna show you. Shush. Oh god damn it. Oh,
Yeah, typing in Big Buff Cheeto Puff doesn't work.
I didn't.
It doesn't know
Big
what
Buff Cheeto Puff. Shut up.
I'm thinking I might do the loner. I don't know. You know, screw it. I'm gonna hack the game and I'm just gonna play as Claptrap.
Yeah, right. How old am I?
1. You're always lying about your age.
I didn't mean to hit 40, to be honest. But yeah,
Try to jump ahead.
Yeah, to showcase a little bit.
No, I was talking about an age.
Oh yes. Like she's just, I'm going after you.
With the one with the arms.
Yeah.
So is this the one you're saying you'd probably play as?
Probably,
Okay.
just because it's a lot of the abilities of the sirens that have already passed.
Yeah.
She has the phase lock. She has the boost. She has the fly, and she has her new like Shiva form. That and all she wants to do is just fight. Fight. It's either her or Maz, who has her giant iron bear, and I'm like, I like mechs enough to say I might do.
I don't think she's the mech one. I think it's the other one.
Maz.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Maz is the one mech.
Well, you just said it was either her or Maz.
No, her, Amara, or Maz, the mech.
Oh, you're saying? Sorry, I thought you were saying Maz or Amara had the mech. I didn't realize you were saying you were going to play either as her or Maz.
Okay.
I was misunderstanding that part.
Okay, but even still, it's here. I'm showing here.
I mean, the mech's kind of cool. I don't know. There's so many guns that I don't want to spend most of my time playing with as the mech. You know?
Well, that's the thing. Like the guns get, of course, increased bonuses for your skill tree, because from the added, features for building up your mech, you get additional things to your guns, and you don't need to be in the mech. The mech can do shit on its own.
I was more saying I want to experience all the guns.
Oh yeah, of course you can still do that. While you don't need to be in the mech. It knows what to do.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know, some stuff for in case like you're offline and I want to grind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I can guarantee you there's going to be some machine pieces that I want to grind for. Like, that HUD looks
Is
nice.
it full co-op in this one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I need to go through and finish 2, and I haven't even started the pre-sequel.
Yeah, pre-sequel you're going to have to do, because there's a lot of pre-sequel nudges.
And I still like to play the Telltale one too, despite.
Telltale even has some nudges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna finish 2, go do the pre-sequel, do Telltale, and then be ready for 3.
Oh yeah,
I don't think I need to do another one through for 1 though. I'm pretty sure I handled 1 pretty well. I was watching someone fight 1, the vault monster at the end of 1, last week or so. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about the levels of fighting this boss. When you get to this point of health, this is what he does. And I'm like, I've never experienced any of that.
Because you just shuddered him.
And I was like, fuck, this boss battle was actually really cool. I kind of feel like I cheated myself.
That's why whenever they say, here's the minimum you should go in at, I usually go like 1 or 2 above it, and then I'm
a completionist.
I know you're
a completionist. I do all the side shit first.
Yeah. I sort of am as well. I was a little overpowered, but I still managed to, just chunk. I wasn't the one-shot kill. I was, doing some really good damage.
This month is the 10-year anniversary for Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
And there was one achievement I didn't have just because I hadn't gone back and gotten it. And that's on the remastered version, not on the original version. Okay. And that's basically because when you finish the game, you can either fight the guys at your party or leave them alone. If you leave them alone, you get an achievement for leaving them alone. If you fight them, you get an achievement for fighting them. But then you have to go through and replay the game to get to that point again to do the opposite. Well, the first time I left them alone, so this time I was going to go and fight them. So I was like, well, in honor of the 10-year anniversary, I'm going to go back, I'm going to go through, and I'm going to play the game. But because I remembered where so many of Nigma's trophies and riddles were, I was like fucking fully leveled out so early on in the fucking game. Like, I literally got to the point where it was time for me to fight Joker, and I was like, oh, I haven't done all my upgrades yet. Let me throw on all my armor real quick. and did all the last of the armor upgrades. So it's just that's how I am. I do side shit, but I also beat the whole fucking thing in less than a couple hours. You wanted to talk about the dog that used to be brown but is now black and white?
Is Zigzagoon? Hold on, I think he's a mongoose. Zigzagoon.
That's a mongoose?
I think he's a mongoose. Hold on, raccoon like.
Oh, raccoon.
He's a raccoon.
Okay.
But yeah, in
so we were both wrong.
Yeah, I knew he was like a small rodent style, but okay. But even still, the new Zigzagoon in the Galler region, I believe it is called.
Gallo? Galler?
Geller? Michelle Geller? Well, I'm not even gonna go.
Pallet Town.
He looks like a little tiny rock star.
He's adorable.
He's adorable.
He looks like he belongs in Kiss.
Yeah, and look at that final form.
That's interesting.
You can't tell me that don't look Kiss.
Yeah, it looks like Kiss. It's just also kind of creepy.
I like it. I was like, yo!
I see that.
I
remember when they first introduced him because I think that's the last time I played Pokemon.
Yeah.
Sadly.
That's, I think, Generation 2. But even still, I'm excited for all of these changes. They just changed Weezing to look like a smokestack.
What do you, like? Are these like new? Like, how are they doing these? I'm confused. So is it
is gallery
in this region? They're different,
yes.
Or is okay? So it's kind of like how the Alola region had things that could, like, they grew bigger and stronger.
Yes,
he's a smokestack, but he's also like old Revolutionary Era because it's top hat and they've got like the mustache.
Yeah.
Wow. And I like regular Weezing better, but that's an interesting take.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Executor before the Alolan Executor.
Yeah, the Alolan Executor just makes him terrifying. I mean, he was already kind of creepy, but the Alolan really made him scary.
Being a walking, talking palm tree that's ready to beat you down. Other than that, I think that's all the gaming news I got.
So I have one last news story.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and pull up the search.
Okay.
And type in Friends Legos.
Oh, that's right.
I want you to see this. So for the anniversary of Friends celebrating 25 years, they just launched a Friends Lego set where you build Central Perk and you have all the friends, Ross, Monica, Rachel, Phoebe, Chandler, and Joey. But also you have Gunther, the one that works at the coffee house. It's got Phoebe's guitar. It's got a little bit of everything, the couches, all of it.
Okay, and I want to state that he's just going offhand. There's nothing here that tells him any of this information.
Yeah, I rewatch Friends constantly. When it goes to HBO Max, I will go and buy the DVDs because I will not pay for HBO Max. The other thing about this that I really liked is when they first announced it, all they did was they showed the couch. You were looking at the back of the couch and looking at them all sitting on the couch, looking out towards the fountain. And one of the Lego figures reached over and clicked off the light. And so it killed the lights, just like in the opening. That was how they announced it. And so now they've got the figures. And the figures look really good. Yeah, like, they put a lot of detail in them.
They don't look too bad. For Lego figures, they don't look too bad.
They did the reserved sign, which is a thing that kind of recently came out. If you pay attention in several episodes, you'll notice that the table that they always sit at is actually reserved, which is probably why they're always able to sit there. They put a menu sign in. They've got the design for the chair. Each character has something they hold. So Rachel's actually in her waitressing gear with a tray and a cup. Joey's holding a slice of pizza. Chandler's holding a briefcase.
Laptop.
Is it a laptop? Okay, it looks kind of like a briefcase. My bad. Phoebe's holding her guitar. Ross is holding a newspaper. Does it say what the newspaper says on it? Because I'm kind of curious and it's hard to see. Ooh, that was weird. That's not zooming in right.
It's gonna do.
Yeah, no, that's a little too hard.
It looks like there's something on it though.
Monica's holding a cupcake and Gunther is holding a broom. Now, what I find interesting, and they put Monica in one of the like weirder outfits where she's like wearing like a long sleeve shirt and she's wearing like pants with fucking suspenders.
Yeah.
But you can tell each character. Joey's got an eyebrow raised. Chandler's just like a line face.
He's like the stoic one. He doesn't. Yeah.
Could I be any more stoic?
Lego?
It's only $60.
$60 on September 1st.
Like, that's a really good price for something.
And you don't have to go to Yemen to get your hands on it. Funnyjokegeek.com.
And we have a Lego store out here. I may go and get this on launch. Plus, I'm part of the Lego reward system, so I am a big child.
You just signed up for that not too long ago in December, didn't you?
Yeah.
When we went to Cali.
Yep. So now this kind of leads me into something I wanted to know. They're doing Lego sets for all kinds of things. Well, in fact, you just pulled up one that we talked about in the past, which was the Overwatch Lego.
The Overwatch ones, and I'm getting back into it now.
And they're doing Friends. They did Stranger Things. They've done James Bond. They've done all kinds of things. What do you want to see in Lego form?
Ooh.
If you say something that is already Lego form, I'll let you know. So that
League. I would like to build Summoner's Rift.
Okay. How big is Summoner's Rift? Go ahead and pull it up for me. I'm curious.
Do.
Is it like original Lego Death Star big?
It can be.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of big.
Can I blow this up to like super proportions, please? Oh no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. And also having all the creatures. Like, okay, here's just the map layout. Like, here's like red buff, crows,
so
domains, river.
Go ahead and pull up
dragon.
the architect, the Lego architect.
Okay. Oh god, I don't know how to spell architect. Yes, I do. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Ooh, what is all this?
So Lego architects are great. So they're smaller sets so that you can build big buildings. I actually have the Eiffel Tower. It's put away right now, but I have the Eiffel Tower. What if they were to do the thing, Summoner's Rift, as a Lego architect thing, so that you could do all that because it's so big, but in a miniature form?
Yeah, sure. But then again, I would also hope that I can get some of the characters so that way I can play as them. Because I mean, I've shown you some League characters. There are some that are just big and nice to look at, but I would also, want to throw them out there. If League did a handshake with Lego to enable, have their characters be in Lego form, I think that would actually be really good money making. I'm trying to find the other like big base map, but I can't. Stop yelling at me. Here we go. Like here's the base view map.
Yeah. So I'm saying this in architect form. What would you think of that?
I'd be okay with that.
Okay. And then maybe later on they can do specific locations on it and let you do bigger things there. But if you want this whole diamond shaped thing, doing the architect form, I think is your best bet.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to see in Lego form? Because they're doing a lot. Forza's got a map now on the game that is Lego themed,
and some of the cars have skins that actually make them look Lego.
And they've made a lot of those cars into Legos. Like you can buy the Lego sets for them.
It's crazy. Anything else? I mean, they already have both Marvel and DC under their belts.
Mm-hmm.
They already have Walking Dead under their belts.
No, Walking Dead is over at McFarlane Toys.
Yeah,
no, McFarlane's doing a form of Legos that basically he does Walking Dead. They're minifigures.
But I thought it was custom made.
Yeah, those are custom made. Those aren't legit Legos.
Oh.
So if you type in Walking Dead McFarlane Toys, I don't remember what they call them. Building sets. There you go. This is what. Yeah.
Oh.
So he's done these. He's done Rick and Morty. He's done South Park.
Okay,
so,
all right. Retract statement then. I mean, well, then again, it already exists. So, yeah, I ain't gonna screw with that. But it's good to see that it's still, doing its thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot that I would like to see. I mean, they can keep doing advancements on the kits that they're already building, like their Overwatch things.
Yeah, they did a re-release for Harry Potter recently where they did some things that they hadn't done originally.
Yeah,
and improved on some things.
Like, I wouldn't mind having a nice 1/5 size Sigma, holding up his two new orbs, like an actual build, not like a little tiny dinky figure. No, I want like a build of Sigma, because he's a big intimidating man that I would like to build. Maybe a big, maybe the same thing for like Reinhardt. Maybe the same thing for, I mean, they have the tiny 4 Roadhog that's about yay big for the, the Junkertown fit. But I would like to see him, a little bit bigger built.
I would like to see them do arcade machines. Now, listen, they've got Legos that are interactive where you can twist things and pull things and things happen.
Yeah.
Do a not huge, but a decent size like table arcade machine that you can like twist the things or something like that, and it does like some kind of mini figure type thing inside. So do like a Street Fighter one. You could put each person in there. How would that be? Like, I think that would be kind of cool.
It would need to be a
medium
sized.
They've got the whole ship from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like $150 set. Like there's plenty of big sets for Legos, but something you could set on your desk. Hell, they did a Star Wars one for the prequels where it was like these big long sticks. It was the final battle between Obi-Wan and, spoilers, Anakin. And it was these sticks that you would pull in and move around, and they would sit there and sword fight or lightsaber fight. Yeah, $270.99 for this fucking pirate one. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This isn't even the one I was thinking of.
No,
this is the
it
Dutchman.
This is Silent Mary. We're looking.
Oh, Silent Mary.
Yeah, we're looking for.
I'm looking for the Black Pearl. That one. Right
This
there. Yeah.
707.
Yeah, that's someone that thinks their shit's worth more than it actually is. Probably. They fucking sold this at Walmart for the longest time. I doubt that there's so few out there that's worth this much. They have big sets. I mean, go look at the original Death Star set. It's fucking huge.
Found the Camaro. Jesus. Mini Cooper, the McLaren, the Ferrari, the Dodge Charger, or Dodge Charger and Dodge Challenger.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually had, it was probably a good 2 feet long set when I was a kid. That was one of the fucking like drag race cars. There's definitely pricier, bigger sets out there, and I think you could get nerds
and I mean
to pay the money for the arcade ones.
I mean, to be fair, for the Porsche 911 Turbo, is only $15.
Yeah, it's only 179 pieces, and it's what? How big is it? Let's see. It's right there. Hold on. It is 1 inch high by 5 inches long and 2 inches wide.
So that's not too bad.
Or 4 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 6 centimeters.
For our European and Canadian people.
And they threw in a couple little cones because it's like it's not very big. So
Yeah.
they've got a Batcave. You find the Batcave or find the original Death Star. Either one. The Batcave's not as big. That's one of them, yeah. There's another one right there on the right.
Oh.
Yeah. So they've done a couple incarnations of these.
Oh wow. And it has a lot of figures with it.
Yeah.
I like that Batgirl.
Yeah, the Batgirl. No, that's Batwoman. Sorry.
Batwoman.
Yeah, it's Batwoman.
Sorry.
The Clayface I think is really cool.
Clayface looks nice.
And if you back up, like hit back.
Oh.
There's one on the right.
This one?
Yeah. And so this is another set that they got. This is from the Hero set, so these are kind of a little bit more.
It's got Ivy and Bane.
Yeah.
Bane looks like a little chode down there. What the fuck?
And then go ahead and pull up the Death Star. They've done 2 Death Stars, at least that I know of. You're gonna see some serious prices for these. So the $499.95 one's the newer, partially built, rather smaller one. Oh yeah, there's the new Harry Potter class that they did for $400. That's huge.
That is huge.
You may not be able to find the original Death Star set on Amazon. You may have to look like online.
Holy shit! Well, the Millennium Falcon's
$800 for Millennium Falcon set. Yeah. Star Destroyer sets.
$1,200.
Here you go. Yeah, $2,599.85 for the Lego Star Wars Death Star 2. So this is the partially built Death Star from the 3rd Star Wars film. Pieces for this one go for pricey.
But this is everything.
It's a Death Star.
Well, yeah. I mean, this should be everything.
Yeah, it should be. They're saying it is. There you go. Go look at the images on the side. That's how big it is.
Wow, that is ridiculous.
It's probably like this. It's 25 inches high. It's 3,417 pieces, including the set and display stand.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So they've.
I want to get back into Lego.
Lego's crazy.
Lego is crazy.
My brother's dad just started doing stop motion videos of him building Legos.
Huh. All right.
So, unless there's any more Lego news you wanted to cover or anything else you wanted to touch on real quick, I think we're good.
Let me check my thingy real quick. I don't think I do, though. Oh, man, that tea is hitting good, by the way. Nope, I'm good.
All right.
I mean, I guess we can talk about EVO 2019 real quick.
Yeah, if you want to.
for those who don't know, I am big on the fighting game aficionado. I do like fighting games. It just wrapped up not too long ago. Watched a few highlights of it. There was a lot of salt, and a guy brought in an entire fighting game cabinet bottom to Evo to act as his controller. It was fun. It was very fun. A lot of salt. There was no bitter ends. There was a lot of anger at this year's Evo.
Oh, you're talking big money.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you lose in a poker tournament, oh well, better luck next time. This one is motherfucker hit me with that low. You know, it's.
I think it's because if you act that way at a poker tournament, they're not letting you back.
Yeah, I guess.
Evo, they're gonna let you back.
To Evo 2019. Where is it? I think it might be in images. He brought like this entire bottom cabinet, and when he was sitting down, he just pulls it up and he just starts, playing like it was an actual sit-down arcade.
Interesting.
But I can't find it. But it ended. Some of the winners were a little justified. One worked really hard during the Street Fighter V portion. If you haven't seen it, go and take a peek. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate had a lot of younger players, which was not surprised. Not to say I'm surprised, but it's still an entertaining thing to watch.
How do you feel about this new Google image thing where they're pulling up the image on the side?
On the side, it allows you. I don't know. I find it to be really multifaceted.
It's interesting.
The only game that I'm still mad that they had a tournament base on would probably be BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, because it's just an ABCD fighter that whoever hits first wins. That's all I can say about it. Other than that, it did well. At the very end of the tournament, though, they did their announcement for Samurai Showdown's season pass, and then at the very end of that teaser said King of Fighters 15 is in development. I don't know if I want it with how bad 13 and 14 went.
Yeah, but look at what Tekken went through before finally introducing a game we rather enjoyed, despite being pissed off at how fucking bullshit Kuma is.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But
there's room for improvement. If this one sucks, maybe then be like, you know what, fuck you. It's been 3 in a row.
Yeah. So. I just hope that. Who brings out KOF? Is this still SNK?
Fuck if I know.
KOF developers. Because if it's still SNK, yeah, it's SNK Namco. So I'm just hoping that instead of working on that, they should just keep doing more characters for Tekken. But that's like, bring over fucking. You already brought over Geese. Bring over like Yori. Bring over Kyo. Bring over more King of Fighters over to Tekken. Considering you already made the canon that Geese Howard has an actual place in the Tekken timeline because he's a character in Tekken. Fuck.
Timelines are getting confusing. I mean, the Mortal Kombat timeline's confusing. The Tekken timeline's getting confusing.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. Everything. It's
everything. All getting... Yeah, stop fucking with time. But I'm just saying that it is in of itself the same timeline. It's just you're bringing in characters that already exist over to Tekken.
It kind of stops and goes, where the fuck were you the last 6 games, though?
Well, to be fair, Geese don't care. Geese Howard don't care.
Yeah.
Predictable.
Well, I think that's all I got.
That's all I got.
I got nothing to say on the fighting thing. I'm glad, it went well for some. I'm sorry for those that didn't go well for, but don't rage. That's all I can say. I know you lost some big money, but come on.
Low, high.
Yeah.
But you want to know what's even funnier? They're earning more money for a game that's been out only 3 years compared to a game that's been out for 6.
It's newer.
More for Fortnite than there was for any of the fighting game tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
Well, also to be fair, Fortnite blew up because Twitch and stuff like that are a thing. Like, when these fighting game tournaments were becoming big, Twitch wasn't a thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, fucking, they date back to fucking 2002.
Wombo Combo.
That was a little after that.
Yeah.
But 2004,
But you get my point. Like
I
it's
do.
Fortnite has a medium, and
Mm.
had a way to get to the people that the fighting games didn't.
Okay. I don't like that answer, but I'll accept it.
Plus, it's a matter of who's putting the money down.
Oh yeah, Epic put up the money for that.
So
Yeah,
Epic was
Namco
willing to put up
bit.
the fucking $3 million. I mean, Namco didn't want to put up that much.
I'm sure they would have. I mean, there was a lot of money to be won.
But also, you got to remember, Namco's also doing an expansion right now because they're making that move into mobile gaming. They're opening up a whole fucking mobile gaming thing right now too. So I mean, giving away money isn't exactly the biggest thing on their to-do list. So
making that money,
yeah, and literally, it is giving away money. I mean, they're gonna make money back on sales and on ticket purchases and things like that, and figures and T-shirts and bumper stickers and maybe even the occasional team dildo. No, okay.
I'm actually trying to think of one that would actually work.
Well, it's Namco. Well, it's Namco, so it could be anything. It could be fuck. I'm pretty sure you could find a way to make the Galaga ship into a dildo.
All right, with that, you guys have a beautiful night. We do appreciate you listening to us.
Centipede.
Oh God, I don't feel so good, Quincy.
Is it because of me?
I don't feel so good.
I'm exhausted.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Hey. Sorry, I always get back up. Lauren hates when I go with that. All right, that's it, guys. We're breaking down.
I'm dying.
We need a reboot. We're secretly robots, and
fucking dying.
We did not defrag today.
We did not. Oh God.
There's file parts everywhere.
I'm just dying. We're padding. All right.
Later, guys.
Later.
Make sure to check out our Twitter. Our well, we don't use the Instagram, but we do have one.
We do have one.
We should probably start using it.
Yeah.
All kinds of coffee photos for you guys. Be sure to check out our Twitter, our website, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, setting out carrier pigeons. Get us out there. Yes. And make sure you check out Tokyo Treat if you want something nice to show up to your house monthly. It's in the description down below.
And
also feel free to send us some emails. We will read them on air. Yes. Depending on how embarrassing, we may read them twice.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. CDs were a thing?